I always loved swimming. And when I got the 2 free tickets from Jean Ross for the water show, I was really hooked on synchronized swimming. I was fascinated. I thought, I have to learn how to do this. So I joined the Edmonton Aquadettes. And Jean was a fantastic coach. And she taught me all my basics for several years. We did water shows, and it was really fun. I was taking millinery at the time, so I was making some costumes for her. And then after a few years, she said, how about taking on these 7 to 10-year-olds? So I thought that sounded like a good challenge. And I loved that because it was fun, picking music for 7 to 10-year-olds. There were 50 swimmers in the club. And then at the time I had been teaching these young girls, and they had gotten to be teenagers, so I would involve them. I figured I would coach them, and they would coach some of the younger swimmers. And there were Alberta Scrabba and Terry Jones. There were other coaches that coached too, so we had a really fun club. And it was really, especially the water shows. The kids loved the water shows because we had props. My husband did a lot of the props. And costumes. Kids love costumes. And when I wrote my book, it took me 8 years to write that book. So when I was finished coaching, I decided that there's a lot of coaches who start in there. They find it really easy to teach figures, but they have difficulty with choreography. So I tried to concentrate on all the things that I had learned. I think, actually speaking, when I think about it, seeing those little 7 to 10-year-old girls coming really shy and unsure of themselves, and then seeing them develop into beautiful young women and really very sure of themselves. Yeah, that was the greatest. It's a great honor to have been inducted. I think everybody feels that way. And I think there are other people that are just as maybe should be inducted too. Like Alberta Scrabble, who's done such a job of history of the sport. She's worked really, really hard. But it's wonderful. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling that you think, well, somebody noticed.